Hello friends, welcome to RAAONLINE series of neurophysiology lectures. What do you think about life without pain? Do you think pain is good or bad? On the one sense, the life without pain is enjoyable, pleasurable, right? But on the other sense, even if you don't do any work, even a healthy individual, without doing any work, and you just simply sit for a long time, prolonged time, then also because of the weight of your body, there occurs certain compression of the nerves that lead on to pain. Okay, so what does that denote actually? So that means the pain is indicating that there is some danger that is going on inside our body, and at right time you have to remove yourself from that danger. For in this instance, continuous sitting may lead on to compression of the nerves. That is quite dangerous because sometimes it may also compress the blood vessels and they cut off the blood circulation to that particular area, which may lead on to certain sores. Okay, so these are the actual benefit of this pain. So they are actually protective in nature. Let us see the physiological aspects of pain in this session. So in this session, I'll be walking you all through the following topics. We'll be seeing about the definition of the pain, the types of pain, the different pain receptors, how the pain is carried by the different pathways, what is radiating pain, what is referred pain, and how the pain is controlled by different systems or mechanisms in our body, little bit about the clinical abnormalities of the pain sensation. Actually, pain is just the nature's way of keeping us humble. Won't you all agree with that? Yes. Sherrington actually did a lot of work in the neurons as well as different pathways of sensory and motor elements, and he defined pain as a psychical adjunct of an imperative protective reflex. That means it's a protective reflex. It is suggesting about the impending danger to the body. According to the International Association for the Study of Pain, in 2011 they gave a broad definition. According to them, pain is an unpleasant sensory and emotional experience associated with actual or potential tissue damage, or may be described in such damage. Pain is usually associated with emotions, withdrawal reflex, as well as autonomic changes. Like whenever we have pain, there is increase in heart rate, increase in blood pressure, there will be palpitation, there will be sweating, there will be increase in respiration. Okay, so all these things will happen whenever there is a pain. This is a somewhat a practically accepted definition for the pain. Coming to the types of pain, pain can be classified as fast pain and slow pain. What is this fast pain? This is a pain which is carried quickly, which is felt very quickly after the stimulus. This is also called as sharp pain, pricking pain, acute pain, or electric pain. Starts within 0.1 second of the stimulus, but it is felt only in the superficial tissues like skin and subcutaneous tissues, whereas it is not at all felt in the deeper tissues of our body. Whereas the slow pain is a slow burning or aching, throbbing pain, nauseous pain, and chronic pain. These are the other terminologies for the slow pain. This starts after 1 second of the stimulus, but it is usually associated with a tissue destruction and lead on to unbearable sufferings. Okay, this type of slow or chronic pain can be felt both in the deeper tissues as well as the skin. The other classification of the pain is superficial pain and deep pain. Superficial pain, as the name suggests, it involves only the skin and the subcutaneous tissue, whereas deep pain is felt in the muscle, hollow viscera, or internal organs of our body. Superficial pain is very sharp, that is, it can be easily localized, okay, because the receptors in the skin and the subcutaneous tissue are more when compared to the deeper tissues, so they can be easily localized. Whereas the localization nature of the deep pain is quite poor, okay, and it is very dull in nature also, because they have very less receptors and the nerve fibers carrying these pain sensation are also less. Okay, the superficial pain, the advantage of the superficial pain is it helps to withdraw from the site of damage, okay, site of danger. So this leads to withdrawal reflex, and it is also associated with immediate autonomic changes like increase in the heart rate, blood pressure and respiration. Whereas the deep pain, usually it is associated with certain autonomic changes like fainting, nausea, vomiting, sweating, decrease in the heart rate and decrease in the blood pressure. Usually the superficial pain denotes the impending danger and helps the body to go away from the danger, whereas the deep pain denotes the inflammatory process that is happening, that is the cause of the pain producing. The deep pain suggests there is some damage that is chronically occurring inside the tissue, and it helps the person to get relieved of the cause of the pain. The superficial pain does not radiate, whereas the deep pain usually radiates to the distant site. Another type of classification of the pain is as acute and chronic pain. Acute pain is otherwise physiological pain. It is almost like a superficial pain. It helps the individual to get rid of the site of danger, okay? Whereas the chronic pain is also called as pathological pain. This is usually due to the inflammatory process that is happening in the damaged tissues, as well as certain problem with nerves, that is all the neuropathic pain or the chronic pain. The neuropathic pain may be due to certain chronic conditions like even diabetic neuropathy, autonomic neuropathy, all those conditions. We'll see about the pain receptors and the stimuli. Every sensation should be carried or should be sensed by certain receptors. These are the specialized structure. In that way, the specialized receptors for the pain sensations are the free nerve endings. Okay, so this free nerve endings is present widespread in the skin and the certain internal tissues, and so these free nerve endings are widespread in the skin, and they are also present in certain internal tissues like periosteum, arterial walls, joint surfaces, the falx and the tentorium of the scalp. Okay, so these are the areas where there are plenty of free nerve endings. So any noxious stimulus, the pain producing stimulus is called as noxious stimulus. They will, if they initiate or if they trigger these receptors, immediately pain will be felt in these areas. Pain stimuli can be classified as mechanical or thermal, which is responsible for the past pain, and chemical, which is responsible for the slow, dull, aching pain. Now, what are these chemicals that can excite the pain fibers? There are a lot of chemicals. Most of these chemicals are the mediators of inflammation. For example, bradykinin, serotonin, histamine, potassium ions, acids, that is lactic acid, especially as a result of anaerobic metabolism, there is emission of this lactic acid. Okay, that is a very potent stimulus for the pain. Acetylcholine, proteolytic enzymes, prostaglandins, substance P. All these are the different chemicals that can excite the pain fibers.